Whoa!
Guys,
Welcome to the Sides of Video Show,
woo-wee!
where we bubble through entire episodes.
Take it off.
Whoa, oh yeah. Where we take things off. Anything. Guys, I'm your thrilling host, Tom C.
I'm going to take 17% off these prices after sales.
Who takes 17% off? That seems arbitrary. That's D. Marks, the arbiter of chaos. Is that a thing?
What if it was already 33% off?
Then who cares? Oh, because you'd make it 15%?
50?
I get it. You
50?
know, I said 50.
You said 15.
I sure didn't. Can we roll that back?
We'll play it back.
Hold on,
you
let's
definitely
play it
said
back.
15.
They'll make it 50% off. Oh, what's that? What's that? We just played it back and it sounds great. It sounds like I know math. The other day I nailed it by correcting someone's math and I felt like a true whiz. A math whiz.
Listen,
Anyway.
just because you sound like you're good at math doesn't mean that you are.
No, I'm terrible at everything. Specifically math, but pretty much everything. Guys, welcome to the show. Right off the bat, to anyone who's listening, we need help. Send help. SOS. But anyway, in a few weeks, guys, you may be aware of something called MagFest that's coming up, and I'm going to be there. And I just want to say, if you're going, let's come say hi. Let's have a party. Let's seriously have a party. If anyone says hi to me and knows who I am, I'll be like super elated. I'll be delighted beyond like delightful even possibility. Does that make sense? No? Great. I'm going to be excited, guys, but that's not the point. Just want to quick put that out there. I'll probably remind you next week, too, because we'll just do a podcast then. Unless we're taking off for Martin Luther King Day, which we should to respect our black brothers.
Yeah, say black.
What am I supposed to say? Martin Luther Kingians? Because that's even
Dude,
worse.
come on.
You can't
It's
tell
like
me.
you've never heard of anything before.
Listen, it's not helpful to tell people what they can't say. You gotta tell them what they can say.
God,
Guys, I'm releasing a book of things that you can tell people to say. It's called Tom C. Says.
He's the Tom C. biggest racist of all time.
Can't be the biggest
Grand
one.
Wizard Tom C. over here.
Can't be the biggest one.
Double Cyclops.
I don't... Wait. Am I a double Cyclops? Because that I feel like means I have two eyes. Which means some kind of biclops.
No, you just do Cyclopses.
All right.
I'm not sure what's hard about this.
All right, you know what? I was wrong on that. I dropped the ball. Guys, this is a video game show, though.
He's racist and he doesn't know what he's talking about.
And I know math, though.
Kind of, not really.
Also, I don't agree with being racist. Let's just, before that goes too far. Not a racist. Guys, welcome to the show.
You're not allowed to say you're not a racist.
Why am I not allowed to say that?
Guys, welcome back. We're here.
We're here, and we're going to talk about video games, I guess.
I suppose.
Jeez, could you be any less interested? Where's that energy? Give me the show energy.
Dude, I'm so sick of you being so racist. It's disgusting.
Listen.
One week before Martin Luther King's birthday, and you dare to be so racist.
That's what Ray says. What do I always say before we start a show?
Stop being so racist.
I say, imagine this is Showgirls, and you're out there dancing for your life. And you say, okay, I got it. And then you deliver this. You're not making money tonight, Elizabeth Berkley. You're not bringing home the bacon. Your possible child is going to die. And that's going to be your fault because you didn't take off enough clothes well enough. How does stripping work as a business? If you were going to like mastermind being the ultimate money-making stripper, is there techniques? Is it about getting naked fast or getting naked best? You know what I mean?
I have no idea. You are asking the wrong person.
Yeah, well, I'm going to make a book about it. First, I got to start my stripping career. Anyway.
You got a lot of books for someone who doesn't like books.
Yeah? Does that make sense? I think you're dropping the ball on this book business. Everyone can write a book these days. Anyone can do it.
That's not true. A cat can't write a book.
Cat probably has written a book before.
What?
Probably an art book.
Dude, obvious answer is Cat in the Hat.
Cat didn't write that? That was Dr. Seuss.
That would have been the funniest.
He didn't write it. It was about him. That was not a biography.
Now you're dropping the ball.
Excuse me. Guys, whatever. Let's talk about video games. Well, talk about video games.
I don't know. What do you want to talk about video games about?
Come on.
Dude, you said you had stuff to talk about.
I said I have some stuff to talk about.
So do it.
I wanted to cough, and I needed a brief second to cough there. Guys, so it's video games time. Good, right? I'm starting good?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're nailing it.
I don't know why this is on me. You've brought nothing to the table. You're a blank plate of nothing.
Dude, you've unconsciously taken over the first segment. I'm letting you have it.
Is that what I'm doing?
Pretty obviously.
I guess. Guys, whatever. Let's talk about something that actually happened. Because I didn't play a ton of video games lately. Because it's the first of the year. The first week. It's actually the second podcast of the year. And you don't play much video games because you're busy doing your taxes. You're busy writing to your congressman because you're going to vote in a few months, I guess. You're busy planning your summer vacation. And so you don't play much video games. But, guys, the other day I was bored, nothing to play, because I'd already played them.
Right.
And so I was like, let's just see how Saints Row 2 is for some reason. And I was like, okay. So I pop it into my Steam, Your
Steam machine.
Steam machine, made by Daft Punk and Gabe Newell. And I somehow forgot that the Steam port, or the PC port of Saints Row 2 was god-awful, terrible crap. And then I played the version, and now it's not crap anymore, and I don't understand what happened. Because from what I used to remember is, like, it couldn't run at all. It was, like, the worst port of anything I've ever played in my life. It basically couldn't run faster than, like, 2 frames a second. The audio quality was garbage, which it still is. That part didn't change. But, like,
maybe they super patched it.
Maybe they super patched it, and I wonder if that's a thing that happens. Because, like, you never hear about that. You never hear about a game that, like, was ported poorly that gets totally fixed. You never hear about that.
Yeah.
But
I do recall you saying Saints Row 2 was one of the worst ports.
It was one of the worst ports I've ever played in my life. But it's redeeming itself immediately. And here's the thing. I'm sitting here playing it. I'm turning it off after whatever amount of time, and then I'm going right back in and doing stuff. And there's not a lot of games that just you have fun every time you play it. Like I'm not feeling like there's chores there, you know? And it makes me wonder why I don't like 3 that much. I think it's because the activities are too much crap. I think you pop it in, you're like, I'm gonna play the activities, and either there's not like an immediate reward the way 2 has it, or like there's too much, like it's too long of the events. The events are either too long, they're too difficult, or like they're not.
Well, they do have a dumb rating system that nobody wants.
They have a dumb rating system that nobody wants too. In 2, you go in, you do it, it's fun, and then you're done with it. You get a cool reward that's totally worth it because it massively changes gameplay. Sometimes. And, like, you're, like, given an immediate reason to play it. You're like, I want to do it because I want to get something cool. I don't know what it's going to be.
I guess because they moved a lot of that reward stuff over to the level up system.
Yeah, that's true. And that's a good point. Now that you think about it, I guess that is the exact reason why it's not good. I forgot there's a level up system in that.
Yeah.
Because that sucks. Because basically everything good you have to wait a long time to get. Whereas if you play 2 like I did, I haven't done a single story mission yet. I went right to the things I wanted. Now I have infinite sprint, or I have like damage reduction. That's just good stuff because they have a big world there, and you're immediately able to access it in 2.
Yeah,
there's nothing you can't do.
That's positive.
I think it's real positive. I think that's the reason why you can just go in and play it and be like, I'm having fun, because there's nothing that's locked off from you. Like
I wouldn't mind seeing a remake of 2.
If you did it with that engine, 3 engine, heck
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't love the 3 engine more than the 2 engine, but I would love graphical redux. Of that. I don't like the driving engine in 3, but I'm enjoying the Saints Row 2 action, dude.
Driving engine 3 is fine.
It's fine. It feels a little floaty to me. That's all. I don't hate it. 4, I think, is a big joke, though. 4 makes me sick.
Really?
I really don't like 4.
I probably like 4 more than I like 3.
I probably don't like 4 more than like 3. Guys, in case you don't know, Saints Row 4 is the one where you're in a computer simulation, and it's more like Infamous plus Saints Row than just Saints Row, because you give it a bunch of wacky, like, world-breaking things, which is cool and a lot of fun, and they do it in a good way, but that's not what I'm there for.
Yeah, I probably like 2's environment best.
Oh, yeah. Here's a question. Best Saints Row? It's 2, right? You're not going to say it's 3 or 4.
Probably.
If you played 2,
probably all around, yeah.
Yeah, there's just a lot there, and I wonder, is there any other game for you that you feel like you can just pick up and play?
No, that's a good question.
I know it's a good question. I can't think of a game that I just can like drop in and be like, here we go, now I'm done and we're good. Like bite-sized portions or long portions.
I guess I can do that with FTL.
Probably FTL. That's a good call. It depends on how good you do.
Yeah.
Would a game like Civ count for that?
Yeah, that's true. I can definitely do that at Civ.
What about a game like Age of Empires?
Because
that's not really an investment, but you don't have fun every time.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
In the mood for that.
FTL, you have fun every single time. Civ, you probably have fun every time. Because it's not like you're getting trashed in Civ or anything. I would agree with myself. But I feel like Saints Row
is good. I'm glad.
Yeah, you know how I do it. It's a game you can just pop in and enjoy, and you don't have to think too hard. It's not a hard game.
Everyone's laughing and clapping.
And I'm just really enjoying playing it again, guys.
Dude, that's good.
I've been playing a little more Final Fantasy, and it's still just as whatever as it was before.
Oh, 13.
Yeah, what do I care?
Dude, don't the summons turn to motorcycles in that game?
Listen, I actually just found that out. I never knew about that, but it's totally true, and it's the dumbest thing in the world. Like I thought it was like I never knew that was a thing. I didn't know do you like read about that or something?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Like, cause I just played it the other day and I was like, oh, cool, Shiva. It's like two hot chicks, all right, that's fine. And then they turned to a motorcycle that Snow drove off at. I'm like, who thought this was a thing? Why is this a thing that's happening? What?
What are you doing?
Why? What is that? Because it's not like we're making a big joke like they turned to a motorcycle. It's legitimately a motorcycle.
Yeah, it's like a.
You got two wheels. You got motorcycle parts.
I think one of them turns into a car.
Why? Why do any of them turn into anything? Why is that even happening? What's the point? They look cool. Not the motorcycles. The summons. The motorcycles look dumb as a concept, so I'm never going to say those are cool.
Right.
But, like, everything's pretty, but I can't... Who approves that? Even the Japanese can't approve that kind of crap. There's no way even they think it's cool.
Dude, there was an online discussion the other day. People on this one place I'm on, they're talking about their favorite Final Fantasy. They're like, 7's good. It's a little too emo. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't think it's too emo.
I don't think that Final Fantasy 7 is that emo.
I don't think so either.
I don't think it's... Because I think fan base has made it into that just because there was a character who was kind of...
mopey?
I wouldn't even say mopey. He was kind of confused. I mean, he was a little mopey, but for most of the game, he wasn't.
Yeah, I mean...
He only got mopey after his whole life was destroyed.
That's what I've always kind of felt. It makes sense.
He, like, was... In the beginning of the game, he's a super confident guy. He's like an arrogant dude.
He's a rough and tumble.
He's like a real rough guy. He's joining a mercenary terrorist organization. He's confident. He's like, we're going to blow it up. I'm just going to get paid. Who cares? That's what he does. He's not like, I'm going to slit my wrist. In Advent Children, he's a big mopey baby. But
I never watched Advent Children.
You never saw that?
Nah.
It's pretty good. It's not bad. I mean...
Well, that's the best recommendation I've ever heard.
What do you want from me? Do you want me to tell you it's the best thing in the world? Because I don't feel that way. Is it worth watching if you like Final Fantasy VII? Yeah. Because you got all the Turks, and that's all you want. Because they all look awesome in it.
But didn't Sang die?
I don't know
He's
who that is. Who cares? You got all the important ones. You got Reno. That's the only one I remember. He's the only one that matters.
Okay.
Was he the guy with red hair?
You have all of them. The one I remember.
You have the girl and the guy with red hair.
Okay.
That's it. And the bald guy.
Yeah.
That's all of them that matter. No one cares about whoever that other guy is. I think Hojo's in it. Everyone likes Hojo.
Is he in it? I thought he died too.
I think there's a flashback.
Oh. Well.
But yeah. No, Advent Children was decent. But like I'm saying, you can't really fault 7 for being too emo because it only is emotional at the parts where it should be emotional, which makes sense. You could honestly say that 13's more emo because all the characters are wildly emotional in the dumbest way possible.
That's good.
Specifically Lightning, and also Hope, and also every character.
Oh, I was looking at...
Except Vanille, who's not emotional at all.
She's fine.
She's like, I'm really happy all the time. Bye. Actually, maybe this game is a subtle reference to the emotional spectrum of every person on Earth.
No, probably not.
Probably not.
I was the Hope's the little kid, right?
You know it.
He's the one that gets Alexander as a fucking summon.
Come on now.
What a huge waste.
So you're telling me that every person gets a specific summon?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to guess who...
That's from what I read.
I'm going to guess who everyone gets. Based off my limited knowledge of remembering stuff. And also, I'm sure you don't know all of them, so that's going to make it even better.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that... I already forgot his name, the black dude. I think it's Saz. Zaz. He probably gets Ifrit.
No, I don't think he does.
That's my guess.
He gets a weird one, like a B one. I don't remember what it's
I
called.
don't like that. Lightning probably gets Ixion.
Nope.
Come on, that's the electric one. Bahamut.
Nope.
Come on. She gets... Man, those are the best guesses I could have given. Give me a hint.
It's the
Reimu.
Nope.
What? How many lightning ones am I going to go
It's a
through?
non-elemental. That's my hint.
Oh, boy. Bahamut's non-elemental.
I'm still wrong.
Neo Bahamut. By the way, that never happened again.
Yeah.
Is the summon in 10?
No. It isn't 7.
Okay. Dude, every summon was in 7. That's for sure.
Not Carbuncle.
I think Carbuncle was in 7.
Nah. Chocobo wasn't. It was always funny, but not Carbuncle.
I'm never going to remember this. I don't know. What is it?
It's Odin.
Gosh! Why is that not electric? Oh, yeah, it's not electric. For obvious reasons, it's not electric. By the way, Alexander, possibly the coolest summon.
It's pretty neat.
Wasn't it like kind of hidden in 7? Wasn't it like hard to get or something? By the way, in 9, Alexander's the biggest deal ever and it's the raddest thing ever. Final Fantasy games are good, guys. They're really good. But like they make
I was reading in one of the games, he's just straight up immune to damage.
That's probably true. In 9, he blows up a whole city and kills everybody. It's awesome. Alexander does.
Yeah.
He just like, because I think he's fighting Bahamut, who he like totally melts. It's rad. It's like some Godzilla stuff. But no, like every Final Fantasy is rad. And here's the deal: like they're constantly making the games weirder and more specific, and everyone's still buying them because that's how good they are. I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They can get away with murder with these games. No one else could do that. If Metal Gear Solid was like, all right, we're going to make a really long game that's virtually just cutscenes and barely any play. Oh, wait. And it was a good game. That was a bad point. I guess those games are just so good they can get away with doing whatever they want.
Yeah, but it's to say that those were only cutscenes is always a gross...
Yeah, I was going to say that too. Because I don't even think... Because Metal Gear Solid's long without it. Because that's the thing everyone always says too about that game is they're like, game's all cutscenes. And I'm like, it's probably at least 3 hours when you play it, which is basically how long every single Metal Gear Solid game is.
Yeah, if you're doing it good.
Every single one. Because it has to be so you can get that sweet big boss rating. What's the highest ranking you ever got in a Metal Gear game?
Oh, not very high.
Not very high for me too.
In one of them I straight up just like... I just end up straight up killing more people than not, so I always get like really low.
I did the no kill ones, and I also did the super fast one. Those were my best ones, but I never did like super great. I don't know what the deal is, dude. Those are like some of my favorite games, but I'm never inclined to like beat a game in like a perfect way.
Yeah, that's the way I always am too.
Does that make me filthy casual?
I don't really care too much.
I don't think it doesn't make me a casual now I think about it.
Okay, Saz. Sorry, I was looking this up.
I guessed Ifrit on that. Give me a hint before you say it.
I don't know who it is, so I can't give you a hint.
Okay. Who is it?
Brynhildir?
That's not a real thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pass. Skip. Who else we got?
Fang?
Okay, Fang. I'm going to guess she gets Ixion.
Nope.
Give me a hint. Give me a hint.
You already guessed this for someone else.
Of course I did. That's not a great hint. Is it electric one?
No.
Okay. Ifrit?
No.
Come on. Bahamut.
Yeah.
Thank you. Cha-ching. That's 10 sunbucks.
Then you got Alexander. That's Good Hope.
Yeah, that's still
And
ridiculous.
then the last one is Vanille's.
That's the only people who get summons? I guess it's the only characters now I think about it.
Yeah.
Vanille.
And again, I don't know who's Vanille's is.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the name?
Hecatnon Chair.
No, that's not a thing. You're reading the word hectators. I don't know. I never heard about that. It's funny how they always like one of the things they change up the most is summons in every Final Fantasy game, because like they used to be just whatever, and then in 10 they made them like actual characters who joined your party, and then
I think they did that in some other games too, but
I think they did too.
I think in Tactics summons worked like that.
No, it didn't. It was just a summon. Trust me, I played a lot of Tactics. It might have worked that way in Tactics Advanced. Who knows what things happen in that game? That game was bullocks. Guys, if you think that Tactics Advance was in any way better than Tactics, I'm going to call the police on you and have you arrested for being the stupidest person on earth. But speaking of that, look, dude, it's not harsh if you understood how real this thing is I was talking about. But anyway, we're going to take a break. We're going to see you next thrilling half of the show.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa. Guys.
Whoa.
Second half of the podcast.
Whoa.
That means all the newbies are gone. Only vets are left, guys. We can finally get to talking about what we were keeping from those
podcast deep cuts.
Yeah,
whoa.
Guys. Only true fans get to the second half. We know it.
Dude, this is our encore. Our triple encore.
Oh, it's totally true. A lot of people they saw the credits roll in that first half and they were walking out the theater, but true fans, they're sitting here
it's a double feature.
Yeah, after the credits roll, they're like sitting here just waiting for the next thing. The shot of us eating shawarma after the movie.
Yep.
Which, by the way, wasn't that the greatest thing you've ever seen?
It was pretty good.
Didn't it make you want to eat shawarma?
Yeah, dude.
Because Chris Hemsworth did it. So anyway, let's talk about this deep cut stuff that we've been waiting the whole show. They wanted to wait until these kids left. Who's the hottest video game mom?
Sun's After Dark.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Hottest video game mom? I'm voting for Sophitia from Soul Calibur.
I'm voting for Crimson Viper from Soul
it's a loud
Fighter.
Clap, but
Soul Fighter.
I agree on both accounts, guys. Write in. Prove that you were listening the whole time by writing in with your hottest video game mom.
I think I nailed it.
I got to be honest. You came from underneath like a stalagmite, and you poked me in a place I wasn't expecting to be poked. It hurt.
I might have to hold on tight. That's how you know.
I thought I kind of nailed it with Sophitia, and then you were like, here's this way better thing. But I still do love some Sophitia.
Guess what, though? New Street Fighter game coming out this year.
What?
Street Fighter 5.
It's like we accidentally led into what we were going to talk about.
It's weird they haven't made a new Soul Calibur game in a while.
It's because 5 was a terrible failure, and they probably assumed it was because nobody liked Soul Calibur when they should have assumed that their terrible artistic choice of getting rid of all the characters everyone liked was a bad choice.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
What a mistake. How could anyone think that was a good decision to remove characters that everyone liked from every fighting game? Something they would never do in Guilty Gear.
See, the people at Dead or Alive get it. They're just like...
Make the same game again.
Oh, I was going to say it's just a girl simulator.
Well, there's guys in it. There's guys in Dead or Alive.
Well, that's true, too, but, they're all good looking.
That's true.
Hey, good looking. Watch me cooking.
Yeah, I mean, Dead or Alive gets it.
Yeah.
They're just like, let's make the same game again, but with better graphics, hotter costumes, and maybe some new chick.
Yeah.
Who probably does something hot, too.
Here's the costume. The costume consists of black dental floss for the bottoms.
I thought it was for teeth.
No. Black dental floss, that's your bottom of your bikini, and the top of the bikini is a single dandelion. Mm-hmm. And that's it. And that's the greatest game ever made.
Real world designs that you see a lot these days.
Practical.
Dude, in like...
elegant.
In like 4 years, that's going to be something we see on real beaches, dude. It's not even a joke. The way the media's going. Kids these days. Dude, it's true. Kids these days are crazy.
But Tom, guess what? I don't give a shit about Street Fighter.
Why? It's the daddy of all fighting games. You should care about it because of the legacy of this. That's why it's good, because it's so old.
Oh, is that how Halo works too?
No, Halo's actually fun. You're like way off base on that.
Okay, so you're gonna sit down and play a Halo game?
What's that? Are you arguing that Halo was the first FPS game?
No, but that's what everyone thinks.
It was probably a lot of people's first, but that's certainly... Do you want to rip that right on mic there?
I'm off.
I know it's probably important we get rid of that chocolate milk bottles label right now. I'm glad we're drawing attention to it, too. That's on me.
Yeah, that's your thing.
But I'm sure everyone was wondering, is he opening a gift? Is he taping something? Let's find out, guys. I'm trying to...
It's the more important thing is that we've stayed on it for like five more...
I want you to know that it was a good decision. So here's the deal. Halo's great. Period. Great game. Is that what we're talking about?
I don't think you've ever actually played a Halo game.
I beat Halo 1.
Did you?
I beat Halo 3.
That's shocking. All right.
I
take it back.
Yeah, you know what? And you know what? Not the best shooter of all time. It's just not.
I didn't know. That's why I asked.
Dude, we spent some hours in that game. It's the first game a lot of people play, but it's not the best fudging game ever. It's just a lot of people's first. But we're talking about Street Fighter. Street Fighter is not a lot of people's first, but it's like the granddaddy of all, you know?
I guess.
That's why people think it's good, because it was first, not because it was their first. Everyone's first fighting game was Mortal Kombat. Secretly, Mortal Kombat's also the best fighting game. Because it's got so much violence in it.
Dude.
Man, do I love that.
Have you watched some of the like finishing moves for the new Mortal Kombat games?
I can't. Yes, and I don't want to.
They're just way over the top for no reason.
Dude, it's gore porn, dude. People love that these days.
It's true.
Ever since Saw happened, people like want nothing but violence.
Yeah.
There's like a dude who's like, there's like one guy who is waiting for this day to come. Where like he was sitting in his basement wanking it to like his scabs or something. And then he was like,
Ew.
He was like, man, I hope that the world loves violence as much as I do soon. And then it did happen. Somebody made Saw 1 through 6, and then everyone loved gore from then on.
It's true.
And that's the world we live in, and that's the paradise this guy gets to live in. I bet you he made the first Saw movie too.
You know, it's still the weirdest thing ever, that Injustice game. Or not Injustice, the Mortal Kombat DC crossover.
Wasn't that Injustice?
No, that was actually different.
Yeah, no, but that was really brutal. Because it was basically just the same amount of violence, but with characters everyone liked.
Was it that violent?
It was really violent.
Really? I didn't think it got that bad.
It was so violent. Well, it's not as violent as the newer Mortal Kombat game.
Yeah, well, that's what I was.
But there was fatalities and stuff, to the point in which the Joker had one of my had one fatality that specifically like stuck with me as something I didn't like, which was he just he did the shooting prank where he like had a gun that says bang.
Right.
And then he like
as he would.
He did that, he laughs, and then he just takes out a real gun and shoots you in the head and your head blows up. And then he laughs about it again. I'm like, I don't like this casual violence. That's what bothers me is casual violence.
Yeah, I always thought that was a little weird. I'm gonna look at DC Mortal Kombat.
Oh, but
fatalities.
Well, there certainly exists that. They definitely were violent. And yeah, it just wasn't.
Because I specifically remember ones from the Mortal Kombat ones that are for real, like super duper bad. There's one where it's just like, oh, you just ripped someone in half, literally.
Oh, that's all of them.
Yeah.
And he may be arguing that they've always been violent, but they were never that violent. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I don't know.
Because I want to know what like Superman's is. That's what I want to know.
Here's my problem is that I don't think these games are for adults. And
No, they're definitely for teens who are like, I'm so hardcore because I'm playing fucking.
Dude, that's a totally
Mortal Kombat.
That's a totally missed target though too, because no teens like, I can't wait to get into this. No kids like, did you hear they're making a super dark DC related game where my favorite superhero, Superman, first of all, never said. My favorite.
No one has said this.
Superman gets to finally get real aggressive. Remember how we were talking the other day about how apparently in Superman the reboot, he just snaps the dude's neck at the end of it?
Yeah.
And how that was ridiculous?
Okay, it looks like the DC characters aren't as bad. They don't have fatalities. They have apparently what are called heroic brutalities.
Can you please explain to me?
I don't know. They're less gory, I guess. But, like, I don't know.
It almost sounds worse. The word brutality does not make me feel good. I'm never sitting there going, he's watching with disgust, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
That was Superman freezing someone with his ice breath. Then he shot them up into space and did some stuff.
He's straight up murdering a person.
Batman's summoning a bat.
One of Batman's many powers.
He's using a bat thing, and he's making someone be eaten by bats.
Right.
Which he did very often in the comics.
Yeah. I'm sure he did. Is Wonder Woman in this game? She must be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wonder what she does.
Yeah, it looks like I guess...
They're just not as, like... Yeah.
Yeah,
I actually believe that Joker one was censored, now that I remember it, which seems weird. Regardless, I forgot what we're talking about this. Mortal Kombat's everyone's favorite game, and everyone on Earth loves brutal, terrible violence all the time. And yeah, you may be saying, but Tom C., you love games like Resident Evil 4. which has graphic decapitations. I didn't like the graphic decapitations, guys. I don't like that.
Yeah, I feel like it's always like it's like when a movie curses a lot in an attempt to like be a mature adult movie.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's like fucking fuck yeah, we gotta fuck up those fuckers, and you're like, this is not real dialogue.
This is a goofball thing.
Nobody talks like this.
We're having a laugh right now. Yeah, no, that always bothers me.
Also, looked like the Joker's one was off camera.
Yeah. I feel like in Mortal Kombat 9, they gave it to Shang Tsung, who then had it on camera. I seem to recall seeing a thing like that. I think they did censor it because it was so ridiculous.
Because kids are going to want to play the DC Mortal Kombat crossover.
I mean, this is a very late thing. Like, we're talking about something that came out like 3 years ago.
And everybody hated for probably just this reason.
Yeah, because it's stupid. And everyone knows it's stupid. But anyway, all I know is it's dumb and everyone loves violence. Right? I guess.
Yeah, people are stupid. Is that what we agreed on?
Speaking of Resident Evil 4, by the way, kind of not related at all.
Whoa.
Apparently, guys, Steam remake of Resident Evil 1 coming out.
Wait, didn't you say it also includes Zero?
No, I did not say that. Okay. If it did, that'd be effing great. But it probably will lead to Zero if it does well. Because that's what I think everyone's assuming, is that if these Steam remakes do really good,
yeah,
that they'll make more.
I'm still surprised they haven't remade 2.
I feel like that's possible.
I feel like 2 is the one that I feel like everybody played 2.
I feel like everyone
and
played.
I based that on the 2 was the one I played before 4.
Everyone played 2 and everyone played 3.
Because that's the one with Leon S. Kennedy.
Yeah. That's why he's the most popular character in the world.
Right.
But apparently everyone loves Zero, which I'm sure they'll remake.
Yeah, I remember hearing Zero was pretty popular.
But guys, why is this remake important? Didn't they make that remake for GameCube? Don't you remember that? Yeah, it's because it's way better than that. Don't be stupid. I have a friend, I'm talking to her, and she's like, oh, I don't care about that. It's not going to look better than the GameCube one. And I'm like, are you serious?
Have you looked at a computer screen in the past 20 years?
She's like, I honestly don't notice a difference. And I'm like, really? I can mathematically prove to you that it's better because of how resolution works. But apparently you want to do this stupid crap.
Dude, those are like the people who can't notice the difference in HD TV.
No. These people exist and they're crazy.
Yeah.
Some people are crazy people. And you also probably have people who are like, I don't notice the difference between 60 frames per second and 30 frames per second. Which is a big thing in the PC console argument. But it's so real, though.
I think Catwoman just tore out somebody's eyes.
I don't like that. That's something a cat would do. But, yeah.
Sorry.
Guys, 30 frames per second is great. It's fine. Anyone can deal with it. But you notice things at 60. You notice it's
weird because, like, when they tried doing the high frame rates for The Hobbit, they doubled it from the normal 24 frames, which is generally standard for cinematic, to 48. And everyone thought it looked really weird and bad, but everyone gets a huge fucking e-boner whenever there's 60 frames per second.
It's because the higher the frames per second, the more like physical the things feel, like the more there they are. So I don't know. It makes more sense in a video game sense because you want it to be more realistic, but maybe not in a movie sense.
Well, because the way they have to do it in movies is...
I don't know why people said they got sick, though. That was nonsense.
I don't know.
These people are big babies. They can't even watch
the way it has to work with movies is, since there are more frames to actually display per second, they actually have to speed up how fast they play the film.
That makes sense.
So because that's why it always looks like a soap opera, kind of.
Yeah.
Like it's a little...
We have a TV that displays in a lot of... I guess it's a high refresh rate. And I always notice that it looks like a soup opera.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I feel like it does look worse.
A super brew.
Which is weird, right? It's weird that would work that way, but I guess it's how it is. I guess they nailed it with 24 frames per second.
Well, that's
why all games are in 24.
Generally, what the human... I forget what the human eye can detect, but it's...
It certainly can detect 60. There's no question about it. You notice when it's that good. Maybe you don't, mister. I don't notice this E and B. I'm just saying.
I didn't say... Ho. Nobody said I didn't notice it. I said it doesn't look as good.
Okay, that's fair. But that's subjective.
Why don't you back right the fudge up?
You know what? When you're right, you're right. And
whoa!
I feel like we're all right. Me specifically more so because I said something. And anyway, what? I'm excited about that Resident Evil game.
Are you going to get it, do you think?
Oh, I totally am going to get it. Maybe on
Are you actually going to play it? That's
I think
the real
I think I would play it. I think I would. Cuz
Don't you think it'd be too scary though?
Dude, I've come
Cuz that's the original
I think it would be probably scarier than all the other ones.
Yeah, I think so
but
too.
I think I would be over it. Sorry, I was burped around a mic. Sorry. But now,
Oh, do you think it was a good idea to burp on mic just there?
2 times.
Why
It was so nice. I did it twice.
Did you think that was a good decision?
I did it on purpose. I
Did
did
you
it
think it was
specifically. I actually, before the show, I was like, what can I eat that's going to make me burp before the show? That's how much I planned it. And I feel like it really hit home there because a lot of people love burps.
I just want to make sure that everyone knew that you weren't just like opening a present or something.
No.
No, it was a full-on burp.
No, it was a comedic choice I made, and I practiced it, and I planned it. And I feel like the audience appreciated it. But the thing is, I feel like now I'm older, I understand Resident Evil more, so maybe I wouldn't be as scared, but maybe I would be more
I feel
enjoying.
like it'd be more okay because I get the impression that an older Resident Evil game would be more horror and less jump scares. Like they're obviously going to be jump
Yes,
scares.
I agree with that.
Don't get me wrong. They're going to be jump scares.
Yeah, that's
100% chance.
That's what
I
one of
was
its most,
talking,
one of its most
talking
famous
to
one is.
Al Roker. He's like, well, Dave, 100% chance of jump scares. And I was like, thanks, Al.
Well, that's a great impression.
I thought it was pretty good.
I don't know.
Off the cuff.
I mean, one of its most famous scares is a jump scare.
Yeah.
So.
But, like, I feel like at the end of the day, the imagery is going to stay with you and be a little more...
yeah. I also think I heard that they were making
creepifying.
a Silent Hill thing for Steam. Don't quote me on that. I seem to recall people talking about it like it was coming along with the same time Resident Evil was. Silent Hill 2 or 1, which I would also play,
Yeah.
but be scared. I'd be so scared.
When is Silent Hills supposed to be coming out?
You mean the PT one?
Yeah.
Don't know, but I know I'm avoiding it. Oh boy, am I not going to play that.
Why, don't you love Norman Remus? I think that's his name.
By the way, that seems like the worst choice. Of all the things they made, which sounds great, I'm like, why is that? Even though I do love that guy.
Dude, you gotta strike while the iron's hot.
I think the iron's cooling. There's a little bit of cooling right
Coolin'.
there. Anyway.
Oh, the iron's going to my lower cooling.
Cool. Ooh. I know I don't like that. But we can't talk about any more crap. Just forget.
It's true. It's not enough time.
We had a bunch of ideas that we were going to talk about.
I think we did good.
You know what? A+. Guys, if you believe that our show is an A+, email us about it.
Or to give us an iTunes reviews ratings.
Say A+, this is the best.
Yeah, and send us $1 million.
I want you to say, this is the pinnacle of all podcasts. Any podcast up to this point was made to create this.
The most important thing in podcasts since the invention of the microphone, and the most important thing of humanity since the invention of fire.
That's what you could say.
Yeah.
On the review.
You know what? We should just make like form letters like that, and then just people had just sign it.
Just check it.
Yeah.
Check it off. And man, sign it. Yeah,
Seems
you're
so
right.
obvious.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of those, so we're going to need a few.
Although we got to be careful. That fire lobby, I hear, I hear they're real spitfires.
People don't like fires at all anymore because now all they think about when they think about fire is like burning down their house.
Some people are into that.
Do you think anyone's into that?
Pyromaniacs.
That's not a real thing. I think that was made up for movies, like multiple personalities. Both fake.
Yeah. Is that what we're deciding on? Is
Guys,
that what we're leaving off at?
Go check out the YouTube, and if you're on the YouTube, comment on the video. Tell us your opinion about crap that we talked about.
Or stuff that you want to talk about on the thing.
And we'll talk to you about it.
And we'll talk to your mom about it.
What?
Why not? Maybe she listens to the show.
Well, she should email too.
Yeah, everything's great. But
we're about to please your mom.
Yeah, we're about to give your mom exactly what she wants.
What she needs.
With our classic speed reviews. Tom, this is the top 10 games that cost you sleep. Number 10, World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft is that game that people play until they get really fat or something. I don't know. I know more people who've gotten into relationships from this game than any other game, so I don't feel like this is a game that makes you a loser. I feel like it's a game that makes you successful. 10 out of 10. Resident Evil 2, DualShock Edition.
Resident Evil 2 DualShock Edition is great because instead of just being scary and rumbly at the same time. It's a 10 out of 10. Number 8, Super Smash Bros.
Super Smash Bros. A game that legendarily lasts for 100 hours straight or something. I don't know what you're talking about. This game's fights are like 5 minutes long. 10 out of 10. Gran Turismo 3, A-Spec.
I did not play this game because I did not appreciate the title having a slander in it, and I avoided it, and am suing everybody. 0 out of 10. Number 6, Half-Life, Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike is that game that people think is good, but it's not. Just isn't a very good game. But people play it. It's kind of like Street Fighter. 10 out of 10. Neverwinter Nights.
Neverwinter Nights is the name of my blog that when I spent 3 months living in Florida. Go read it at neverwinternights.blogspot.com. 10 out of 10. Number 4, Might and Magic X.
Might is the name of my left testicle. Magic is the name of my right one. And they're great. 1 out of 10. Siren.
I played this game, and all it did was make me deaf. Gets a 0 out of 10. Number 2, Diablo 2, Lord of Destruction.
Guys, I don't know anything about this. Go watch the movie Lord of War with Nicolas Cage. I heard it's good. I never saw it either. 0 out of 10. Civilization 3.
Civilization 3 is the Civilization I never played because I only played 4 and 5. But it's probably good, right? It's got to be okay.
Can't be bad. They made another one.
Get to 7 out of 10. Why
Guys,
not?
we did it.
Guys, guess what? We did it. We're going to see you next week.
We'll see you next week.